Let's say Ethereum and Bitcoin were considered in a Bollywood movie. Who could be a good boy and who could be a bad boy?
What does Bitcoin do?
Bitcoin balance.
My plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world.
In terms of popularity, like today, if I'd say hero should be popular, then
Yes.
obviously Bitcoin is the hero. I feel ETH is can be probably a good supporting actor.
What do you think about the current market results right now?
Crypto market again making a recovery. Bitcoin, I think today is trading at from $96,800. So I feel it's generally on the upswing. Okay, but there's some trend that is changing in the market. Essentially, what we are seeing is meme coins or meme coins have not grown as much in the previous growth cycle. But essentially, if you see the utility coins, like say the ETH or BNB and others, are actually having a more steady growth.
Let's say if I belong to the Web3 and somebody is not from the Web3, and if he likes my work and wanted to reward, there's no such way to contact or maybe send some cash prizes. No, that doesn't work in this way. So with Web3 they can use RDM token and reward. So that's a big point which is coming to the space.
Sure.
That's going to be huge.
Sure.
We are currently in a pre round, right? And launching a token probably in Q2 of 2025. So what should early backers know about the roadmap right now? And what kind of partnerships are you're planning to go ahead with this? Hello Web3 folks, welcome back to Token Talks, your go-to podcast for all things in crypto, blockchain and Web3. I'm Nitin, your host, and in today's episode, we have a very special guest joining with us. We're thrilled to have Mr. Shankar, the visionary founder of RDM Token, a project that makes buzz in Dubai Token 2049 last week. Mr. Shankar, welcome to Token Talks. Thank you for joining. Please.
Thanks, Nitin. Thanks for having me at Token Talks.
Perfect. So, before
Yes.
we begin the show,
Sure.
this Token Talks,
Right.
what do you think about the current market results right now?
Okay, it means the crypto market.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, crypto market again making a recovery, as you know, right? Bitcoin, I think today is trading at from $96,800 when I last checked.
Yes.
And our back end, it has gained about $1,000 just in the last, I would say, few sessions.
Okay.
So I feel it's generally on the upswing. Okay, but there's some trend that is changing in the market. Essentially, what we are seeing is meme coins or meme coins have not grown as much in the previous growth cycle.
Okay.
They are slightly slower. I wouldn't say they're still bullish like Dogecoin and the Shiba Inu. But essentially, if you see the utility coins, like say the ETH or BNB and others, are actually having a more steady growth. Okay. So actually, pundits, again, I heard a lot in that token 2049 Dubai, is people are talking about a shift towards more utility tokens.
Yes.
And I think that is good for the market because the volatility and speculation will grow lesser.
Absolutely.
And it will then the market will steady up, and you'll also see more interesting applications coming, and it will benefit everybody in the industry, especially the crypto users.
Wow, that's perfect. No,
Yes.
I totally agree with your point.
Thank
The last time the market was already for the meme coins.
Right.
But this token 2004, and I've seen a lot of projects, a lot of builders who's trying to connect with some utility projects.
Right.
So I agree with your point. The market is for the utility project at this moment, guys.
Right.
Let's start with the big picture. So,
Right.
what made you to decide RDM for deciding the personal and professional behavior in our human cycle? Like how?
Okay, interesting. RDM stands for responsible decision making, right? Which essentially is something that we need to follow in all walks of life, with personal, with corporate or societal life. Okay, and what inspired me was essentially looking at how to unleash the human potential, because that is an asset that everybody has, but very often, right, we forget to improve it or sweat it. Okay, and I've seen that all the people in top positions today are all people who have unleashed their potential or worked on their human potential, and this is so it gives a unique opportunity for each and every person to be able to touch the sky. Okay, so that's a very simple concept.
Wow,
right?
That's
At the same time, we didn't want to make it very abstract. Okay, so question is, how do you unleash human potential? So we have done a lot of research, and there's a lot of I would say material already available in the known wisdom or the current level of knowledge. And we actually identified 3 basic levers that somebody could press for making, to unleash their potential and start taking more responsible decision makings.
Wow.
More responsible decisions. Okay. And one of them is purposefulness.
Okay.
The second one is mindfulness.
Okay.
And third one is empathy. Wow. Right. Okay. So if you are able to orchestrate these 3, then obviously you are able to unleash your potential. Okay. And when you're saying how to be responsible, how to be purposeful, how to be mindful, how to be empathetic, right? That's again the next question. So what we decided is use the current technology like Web3 and AI to create a framework that allows people using AI again, AI agents to be to be able to set goals and meet those goals and in a way improve themselves.
That's amazing. Since it's a very amazing aspect, that frameworks are matching into the line and then taking to the new step. So DeSci is something that is actually rising in the market and people are using it as well. So RDM combines DeSci, AI, and blockchain all together in a single platform. So could you explain how these 3 powerful things is inside the RDM ecosystem? How do we use this?
Yeah, excellent. So as I mentioned, RDM token comes with the app, which is it is because RDM is a utility token, right? So there's definitely a Web3 app or a D app, which essentially is on Web3, right, and powered by AI agents. Okay, so let us take a simple example of somebody wanting to set a goal. Say it's be time management.
Okay,
so time management is one goal that takes makes people successful, right? And now, how do you do that? So AI agents go and get you the various techniques to do time management. Okay, and you can choose one technique which you like. And what would that mean? That you have to probably pack more tasks in a particular hour. Maybe that's a technique. I'm just taking an example.
Yes.
So then there's a constant reminder. So you set the goal, and then the AI agent knows that what he needs to do. So it'll prompt you every hour, every 2 hours by saying that, hey, have you packed your day, your hour with the right set of activities?
Wow.
Or could you have done better?
Wow.
And at the end of the day, right, you can do a reflection where you say that whether you have met the goal or not met the goal.
Okay.
So you have met the goal, you can reward yourself.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
And or you can also remorse yourself if you have not met your goal.
Okay.
And at the same time, you can also have peer wallets. Like suppose people doing things buddy.
Buddy.
So suppose you're part of you're my brother or you're my colleague.
Okay.
And you're going to be interested in trying to see that Shankar is getting better in time management.
Okay.
Then I can also reward you for whatever you have done. Maybe you send me a reminder or you send me some nice reading material, whatever it could be, right? And I reward you. So I can reward myself, I can reward others. So essentially this is the technique. It's a very simple technique, right? And we sometimes say thank you, but most often we forget it.
Yes.
So it's a way to ensure that we are able to do it in a very seamless manner.
Okay.
And the beauty is then the third leg is empathy, which essentially is something like you can give a donation or something where you can express empathy for any good cause. They call it pay it forward. Right?
Okay.
So what happens in your reward purse, your remorse purse, whatever tokens are there, right? You can actually pledge those tokens or move those tokens to into some charitable donation. Right,
wow.
which essentially makes you feel better.
Okay.
All right, and there's a remorse. Obviously, it allows you to just reset and press on, right, and try to become better. Wow. So it's a very simple technique to move forward, easy to follow, and have been proven very effective.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I've been asking to a lot of people, if you want to reward somebody, what could be what could be the solution? Now I think we're bringing up with some, amazing solutions.
Sure.
So let's say if any user wants to reward somebody, then they got the RDM token for sure. So sir, you are building something called Tickle Charity, like micro donation embedded into a token activity. Why such a social cause, embedded into this, the part of the design for RDM?
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I think I just said that you can actually donate.
Okay.
Your tokens, right, in your reward purse or remorse purse, into a charity. Okay. Now, how do you do that? So we are trying to make it frictionless. One of the important things we have done is put a smart contract out there, given that it's Web3 blockchain.
Okay.
So the smart contracts can pick up. You'd say you have $10 in all, or in terms of RDM tokens. I'm talking about the value of the RDM
Value
tokens.
of the RDM tokens.
Right.
Okay.
So at that time, whatever value is there, so say it's $10. I'm just taking an example.
Okay.
So then you can now set it up to give it to a charity on a frequent basis, like every week or every month. You can actually say that it should go to charities. Again, you can define multiple charities, wherein like one could be a faith-based organization, right? And which is very personal again. It could be different for you, different for me. So we can do it separately. It could also be, one for say a cancer society,
Okay.
and third for say a old people's home, right?
Okay.
So the smart contract will execute and say give 40%, 30%, 30%, whatever percentage that you've set
Okay.
across these three, and
Wow.
it happens very seamlessly.
Okay.
And why we call it trickle charity is the amount that is collected. Maybe if you're giving every month or every week or every month,
Okay.
the amount that is in this reserve purse or the charity purse may not be that big.
Okay.
But nevertheless, it actually benefits the charity because the charity is like a regular flow
Okay.
of income, or I wouldn't call it income, more like a donation,
Okay.
so that they are able to meet their goals and purposes, right, for which the charity is set up. So rather than get lumpy donations which they have to keep chasing, so if you set it out like it's like an electricity bill, right? It just gets paid automatically.
Oh, wow.
And without any friction, and just goes to the charity that you want to support,
Wow.
right, or a cause that you want to support, right? So it happens very seamlessly. And trickle charity is more from the view of the, I would say, from the recipients,
Okay.
where they are getting money, right? In regularly, may not be big amounts, but still significant amounts, right? So that is why we call it trickle charity.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and because you are able to give trickle charity and in smaller doses, you'll also see the base. We are wanting to expand the base because. Given the friction, many people don't give to charity.
Okay.
And so we want to expand the base. And so the amount, even if the amount is slightly lesser than average of a typical donation, when you add millions together, then it's like trickle. So water trickles, drops from an ocean, right?
Okay.
So that is the concept why we call it trickle.
Wow, that's amazing.
And last reason we call it in a trickle manner is because it's transparent. Blockchain,
Yes.
Web3.
It's
So it's completely end-to-end transparent. And what happens is, I in fact heard from donors in Token for 2049, they say the only reason they don't give charity, despite they have the money, is because they don't trust how the money is being used.
It doesn't reach to the right person.
Yeah,
right?
probably
Okay.
not.
Yes.
Yeah, and maybe the expense ratio is very high. So they are looking for trying to look at how the charities can
Okay.
be more transparent, and so basically it also means that for the charities who are doing the right thing,
Okay.
obviously there's much more money,
Yes.
and
it is.
we can tap the wealth of these the crypto people, especially those who are making the new wealth,
Okay.
which is being created, and divert part of it to humanity. I think that's the focus.
That's amazing. No, I actually wonder that probably once we are doing the charity and it's not reaching to the right person, so RDM will solve the problem for that. Let's say if the blockchain is transparent and things, you can track whether the smart contract with its smart contract, so whatever the donations or maybe the charity that you're doing, it's easily transparent on the blockchain. You can see from where it's reaching to the where. So that's very easily that we are doing it.
It also allows governments
Okay.
to track also.
Yeah,
Because
government
sometimes they also are concerned about who is
Yes.
donating, how they're donating, where's the money coming from. So if a regulator or a government wants to take on and look at it,
Okay.
so it's good for the charity themselves
Yes.
to become better and prove to the donors that they are the right charity who should deserve their dollar. Plus they also will get peace of mind, or I say the regulators will get a peace of mind, saying that is the right charity, they do the right things, and they're getting donation from the right people. Okay,
That's amazing. So yeah, I mean, yeah, so definitely, RDM token has been read by a lot of people. I mean, the one more question that I got from the community or from the user that I've read it is that the use cases that you are exploring, from incentivizing DeFi repayments and enabling tokenized research validation, so are very ambitious. So what kind of user or a partner do you see benefiting from RDM right now?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. I think I didn't mention the DeSci angle very well in your previous question.
Okay.
So essentially, DeSci is something we are saying as basically the focus on privacy.
Okay.
And if you see, everybody has a hyper-personalized AI agent, right, which will basically analyze and help assist. So in a way, they will also know a lot of the behavior, right, and get better and better in serving the individual, right. So now this is private. Now that is the beauty, right? Inside of the Web 2, is a pure Web 3, right? So it's completely decentralized.
Okay.
So all your characteristics or your reward remorse is something very private to you.
Okay.
So that's the idea. But at the same time, if there is a survey or something which basically comes in, like a DeSci model, where some of this gets contributed for for better humanity or anything of that kind of research or scale of research, then the individuals can get rewarded. Okay, so that is definitely something that we are looking at. Okay, and at the same time, we are also trying to look at more use cases, more uses case. Like I can give you an example of an energy saving use case.
Yeah.
Okay. See, for us, energy saving is also a responsible decision.
It is.
Right. So if somebody is buying an energy saving device, they're actually taking a responsible decision because it will save the environment and it's basically sustainability. Right. So in the process, what they will do is when they use it in their house, their app, the partner's app, can measure how much carbon that you're saving.
Okay.
Using that device.
Okay.
Now, when you're just an individual or a domestic household, the carbon you save is important, but not significant.
Okay.
So you can't go and trade it and try to convert it to money or whatever. So it just probably is like a small few cents which gets lost.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't have value. But you put all those few cents together, right? It can even become $1 million. So that exactly is the concept. So this device saving company will give RDM token to these consumers who are saving energy, and they will pledge their carbon to the company.
Wow, that's amazing.
So the company can bulk it, and then they can do the trading. So it's a win-win situation. So all these carbon credits, which are typically getting lost, it will get traded. At the same time, all the users are getting RDM tokens.
Okay.
Which they can of course use it for some you can take it as a financial incentive.
Okay.
Given that RDM token will have a value right in the market once we list it, and over and above they can also start using RDM tokens for their self improvement or for their they're improving their corporate culture.
Okay.
Right, because that's also an angle, right?
Yes, that's
for RDM. Yeah, so that's essentially the use cases we are looking at.
That's perfect.
But if you take it a larger canvas in terms of use cases, we are saying that use it as a impact token, use it as a reward token, use it as an empathy token.
Okay.
So any use case that fits into either of this or one or more of this is definitely a use case for RDM.
Wow.
So the number of use cases are rising by the day.
Wow.
Right. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. Reward has become something that people usually want to, but doesn't have the way how to.
Sure.
But looks like on the blockchain, we're creating a space, RDM token.
Absolutely.
They can reward and for the empathy and a lot of things. So yeah, that's a brilliant.
Right. Before I started this, obviously, I had been in employment for a while. Right?
Okay.
Though I've been serial entrepreneur and done some work even in the last 10 years, I've been more in business.
Okay.
But I've also been an employee. And I've been a young employee.
Wow.
Where I always, at one time, right, we were always young employees. So at one time, we always wanted some rewards or some kind of recognition. And that is very essential for employee engagement.
Okay.
So what people can do is RDM token can be bought by a corporate.
Okay.
They can give it to all the employees.
Okay.
And their managers can actually give RDM token, a responsible decision-making token,
to
their team members to motivate them. Suppose they've given an assignment on time. Now for that you can't give a cash award.
Nothing.
Right? And it's sometimes not allowed.
Not allowed.
So that's something you can recognize. You can also somebody can penalize themselves, like because they came late to a meeting, for instance, because they wasted everybody's time.
Okay.
So these are like very voluntary, but it improves the corporate culture.
It improves.
And what we're trying to get out here is basically the mutual respect
for
employees have for each other, which is the bedrock of any culture, right? And so there's a simple model or a simple token using which we can change even something in the corporate life, and the same can be extended to the societal causes also. Like for instance, keep your area clean.
Yes.
Right. So government can give incentives too. Right.
Absolutely.
All right. Even if somebody is keeping a public utility, right? Clean. You can actually give them rewards by just scanning a QR and give them reward.
Absolutely.
So reward is something that everybody likes.
Yes.
Right, as you rightly said.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Reward is something everybody likes, but more often we just say sometimes just thanks. But if it's accompanied by reward, they feel really valued.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah, I mean, doing good in some good space. So probably people can talk about it in some better space. Let's say if I belong to the Web3 and somebody is not from the Web3, and if he likes my work and wanted to reward, there's no such way to contact or maybe send some cash prizes. No, that doesn't work in this way. So with Web3, they can use RDM token and reward. So that's a big point which is coming to the space.
Sure.
That's gonna be huge.
Sure.
Okay, so we are currently in a pre-round, right? And launching a token probably in Q2 of 2025. So what should early backers know about the roadmap right now? And what kind of partnerships are you're planning to go ahead with this right now? Yeah.
Okay. As I said, first of all, I would like my early backers to know that it's a responsible decision-making token. So it's going to create a huge impact to society.
Okay.
So people who definitely give charitable for charitable causes, definitely very interested in see how to create transparent charity.
Okay.
So what they're providing is, of course, investment, right? So we are going to ensure that the token is successful and they get the returns. So we are not asking for charity. What we are saying is we become a framework for charity.
Wow.
So they can donate transparently, or other even people, users can donate transparently to charity. But here we are going to run it like a professional token, and at utility token. Try to basically look at utilities that I said. The energy saving is one utility, corporate utility that I just mentioned.
Yes.
We're also trying to talk about society utilities. So there are many utilities that are coming. It's an endless list. Plus the self-improvement itself has many things, right?
Yes.
You can do things like, as I mentioned, time management, it can be anger management, it can be fitness, it can be anything. So we're also trying to integrate with a lot of apps, which essentially would create a more holistic framework.
Okay.
Right? It's not really the RDM token per se, but the app itself. So if you're a stepper app, for instance, right, we can integrate. So you do the stepper, you have done today that 5,000 steps that you set out to do. Okay. Then what do you do after that? Here we can reward yourself.
Yes.
Right. So if I get the input saying you have met today's goal, then, or you input that it can be online, offline, depends on whether you're integrated. We're happy to integrate with such apps. Yes. And once you get it, obviously you can reward yourself saying, hey, I did well today. Or you can remorse yourself saying you didn't do well. That's entirely voluntary again. So this is what we're talking about. So we are trying to actually see some change in the society. And I would say, tell the investors, of course, we will appreciate your investment, but I would say join the movement. Yes. I think I would put it that way, because that's really what we're trying to do here. Okay, and we also a healthy roadmap. When you talked about roadmap, is we are also trying to create now. As I mentioned, right, you can actually create peer wallets with your friend wallet. You can create with your colleagues. You can create with your family. More importantly, so all these wallets you can have. Say you have 25 wallets across, and you have these relationships, which are relationships you trust. Okay. So essentially, what you can do is we are looking at something, creating a heart network. Right? A new kind of social media. Okay. Wherein it's a social media connected, sharing stories with people you trust. Okay. So you put a photo today. Now you're worried saying that somebody in an open social media might be able to take that photo and give an AI today. The people can morph it. Yeah, they can do things, like especially with your maybe your daughters or your wives or your sisters. You don't want that to happen. So here, all are known people. Yes. With whom you are really doing reward remorse, sharing stories, and they are part of the cohort. So here people can actually use the information better. Okay. And if they do a like, you feel proud. Yes. Because tomorrow I'm connected to you. Obviously, you give me a like of my son getting a passing out with a good marks in whatever subject. I'll be more happy in that sense, because saying, hey, Nitin has appreciated my son. He's blessed my son, right? Okay. So that is something we are trying to originate, but that is slightly far out on the map. But what I'm trying to say is impact. Okay. Later, we want to also go towards ethical AI. Ethical AI, because there also the ethics matters, right? So here, once I create the impact, we are now having a small R&D team which is working on that. Going in the future, I'm not going to reveal much about it because it's a vast field, and that could be even so it's humans on one side and agents on the other side. Okay. Right. Okay. So it's a very large story. So I would really encourage investors to come, become part of this journey, part of this movement at an early stage, where you get a lot of advantage, and then you will see and you see the roadmap. I can share more details, and for some of these investors, right? We also open for a discussion, to be a one-on-one discussion, right? On if they have doubts or if they want to know more about the token, the roadmap, tokenomics, we are happy to share. And either they can invest now or follow us and invest in a few months.
The future.
Right? Yeah.
So let's say Ethereum and Bitcoin were considered in a Bollywood movie. Who could be a good boy and who could be a bad boy?
You mean hero and the villain?
Yes. Who could be the hero and who could be the villain?
Okay, if you talk about in terms of popularity,
Okay.
like today, if I'd say hero should be popular, then
Yes.
obviously Bitcoin is the hero.
Okay.
But I feel ETH
Okay.
is can be probably a good supporting actor,
Okay.
right? Because as I said, is a utility coin. So my heart is more towards utility coins.
Okay.
And so it normally what happens is in Bitcoin, I mean, it's just that it's a great virtual asset, but with a little more fluctuation volatility.
Okay.
So that's the reason why we are also looking at utility tokens,
Okay.
where maybe the value will be more determined, like shares, for instance, right?
Got it.
It will be more determined both by, of course, the technical market, how the demand supply,
Okay.
but it will also move in terms of some fundamentals. Okay,
Yes.
so that's what we wanted to move towards.
Okay. Okay.
So
the Bitcoin is the good boy.
but right now, I mean,
Yeah.
I won't say good and bad. I
Okay.
would say hero,
Okay.
because it doesn't mean the other actors are bad, and
Yes.
there are no villains here.
Okay.
There's no villains
Okay.
because this is a movie with multiple heroes,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I think that's the kind of movie I would make with all these crypto assets.
Okay.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Thank you.
I mean, as per me, I believe Bitcoin could be the good boy, and for the bad boy could be some meme coins, which I won't take the name for sure,
Right.
because what do you think? So let's say if Bitcoin is a good boy, and if meme coins, I won't take the name, so
Sure.
it's a bad boy in the
Sure.
market. Who would have ended up with a girl for sure?
I think meme coins.
Meme coins.
I think, meme coins,
Yes.
because as you rightly said, sometimes
Yes.
girls are not always the good guys. Right?
Absolutely.
Because there's some kind of attraction. But
Absolutely.
what I say, meme coins, right? They'll keep making waves, but only everybody who invests in meme coins also knows that it's a bit speculative, right? So you can vastly fluctuate.
Okay.
Right now, Bitcoin is going to have lesser fluctuations, given that why I said it's a hero would be because of your ETFs, because of governments taking that into the reserves. So all this will determine. It also probably increase the price, but also decrease the volatility, because institutional buyers will hold that, right?
Correct.
So that's why I made it saying that it's a nice investment destination going for. Of course, it's not a financial advice.
Not a financial
I'm not
advice.
encouraging people to buy either
Buy the
one
meme
of them.
coins,
It's entirely
yes.
their choice. But at the same time, because I want them to buy RDM tokens. Right? but that having said, I would say that this is how I would relatively look at it.
Okay.
Meme coins are the bad guys, but of course, they are this. I would say the vamps, or the
vamps.
the little more like it's a bit alluring, more alluring.
Yes.
So that is where people, I would put it that way.
Okay.
But there's not anything wrong or bad, because everything you need in a society, you need all the mix.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
That's what make the complete the movie. That's what make the
Absolutely.
complete picture for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. It was very insightful to the community who's watching at this moment right now, and it was very great while learning about RDM token. And they are very excited about when it's going to be launching in the market. So thank you, sir, for the Token Talks episode, for joining us on with us, and thank you for joining for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nitin, and also thank all the viewers. And I hope you learned a lot about RDM token. But there are always a lot of material, like there are white papers, there is websites, and also I'm sure you have the link below,
Yes.
where they can go and learn more about RDM tokens. And as I said, please join the movement.
If you're curious where Conscious Tech is headed or ready to be a part of the decentralized space, visit over to the rdmtoken.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and leave a review in Spotify. Got questions? Connect me on Twitter, Token Talks Web3. Until then, hodl the mic, let's speak Web3.